Oh, boy. What a day that was. Before we get to your calls, Odyssey.com rewind if you missed anything. Rico shooting the moon for state's next hire. It's a principle thing. If you disagree with the name he brought up, I'm not mad, but stick to the plan, Stan. Why go lower than? I mean, isn't MSU a top 25 gig in this country? If it's not, tell me why. Rico's saying you take $10 million a year, you set the market, you try it again. And you brought up a guy in Marcus Freeman who can't count to 11 at Notre Dame, and maybe he could put himself on the hot seat. On September 26th, no, I don't think that's realistic, but I get what you're doing, and I'm not mad at it. But let me give you something that you, the people, can't be mad at Rico for. We're going to add to this. It's an all Rico Tuesday.
Okay.
David, I have an announcement to make. And the announcement, I bring a heavy heart to the table. I don't want to do this after 3 weeks. But Rico, it is just so apparent that Rico Beard was so right about something. There's no point in running from it anymore. And I don't care about being right or wrong. I wasn't married to this opinion. But on behalf of those, like, say, Jim Costa, I think those people they need to lay down their swords. You never apologize for an opinion, but you got to lay your swords down. People, I don't know if you're aware of it, but the Lions done messed up. After 3 games, it's just pretty clear they should have taken Jalen Carter. Now, I don't have a right to that opinion. I told you I was indifferent to what they did. I wanted a defensive player. I wasn't married to Jalen Carter. You know who was? Rico Beard. Jalen Carter has been elite his first 3 weeks in the league, including last night on Monday Night Football, blowing up a double team for a sack, forcing a safety, and then a hustle play strip fumble. Guys, he's a monster. And I start thinking about, realistically, had the Lions just taken Jordan Davis instead of J-Mo and taken Jalen Carter, think about where your D-line is versus where it is now. We're playing Derek Barnes at end.
Oh, if you did that, you're one of the top 2 teams in the NFC. You're in the top 5 of the entire NFL because your defense would be, locked down.
People,
nobody's running against you.
And I like Jahmyr Gibbs. And I understood what they were attempting to do. But you know what? It's not fair for me to come to the air and not share. Sharing is caring. And I have to share with my radio partner. He was right. Jalen Carter would be helping this team more than Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah.
And I now have to listen to his I told you so pompous ego. But here we are.
It's not that, Mike. But imagine with Jalen Carter and on the same line as Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson he's up there with pressures in the league, and Jalen Carter he's got more pressure. He's got 15 pressures over Aaron Donald at 14. Yeah, this would make that defensive line elite. And I'm not even going back to if you took Jordan Davis as well.
I'm Rico Beard, and you're not. Bottom line, are you willing to come to the table and say, you know what? I'm nervous about this Jahmyr Gibbs, Jalen Carter comp. At least say that. Because watching the games, guys, this is why we don't pay running backs. Running backs don't really impact winning. They don't. But Jalen Carter, wow, it's pretty scary.
And I understand at the time.
Thank you very
so every
much.
time I speak, okay.
I'm Rico Beard.
I'm Rico Beard.
You're not.
I understand that a lot of people, including one Jim Costa, well, look at what he did at the combine. The man was literally fighting for his life. He made horrible decisions. One of his teammates died. He was not in the best of shape. But I saw past that. I saw what he did at Georgia. He's going to get better. Whoever gives this man a chance, he's going to prove to them, thank you. Thank you for taking a chance on me. What I saw was very Micah Parsons-like, where all of a sudden people kind of downgraded you for off the field stuff, but eventually you're going to get your life back together. Philly's reaping the benefits. That should have been Detroit. You passed on him.
Okay, now you're rubbing it in. 248-539-9797.
No.
People, I'm willing to say I think he was right. And that doesn't mean Gibbs can't be good. But Jalen Carter right now, I mean, it jumps off the screen. And I know it's not, all things aren't created equal, but I'm not going to turn Fletcher Cox, age 50, into the guy he was 7 or 8 years ago. Jordan Davis is good, guys. And Jalen Carter's really good. And honestly, had you taken one of them, think about where you'd be compared to where you are. I can't sit here and not give Rico that after 3 weeks. What do you want me to tell you?
Here's the thing. I appreciate it, Mike.
I have to.
It's coming. I need your cash to ticket partner to step up.
No, you can't. Jim is still at a phase of his life where he wants to be right so bad that he'll just die holding his trumpet and descending into the Atlantic Ocean.
But he's just a nose tackle, and you don't draft nose tackles that high. I'm like, Jim, the man's not just a nose tackle. He is going to eat up space in the middle of that line. He's going to force double teams that will now free up Aiden to beat somebody one-on-one.
And people, I've got one open line, and you will be delighted because it's not Kenny Cott screening your calls today. It's Roberto making his call screening debut. So if you'd like to call up and just have a chat with a lonely man or get on the show and discuss what we're discussing, he's there for you. Now, do you want to get to the people? Because I think the people are going to hammer you on the Marcus Freeman thing, and I think they're going to champion you on the Jalen Carter thing.
We can. Do we have any ticket text, Dave?
I do want to give you this, though, and I don't want to blow the ego up even more. But so far this season, among interior defenders, most pressures, Jalen Carter leads the league with 15. Aaron Donald is behind him at 14.
He's been a complete game wrecker. Rico Beard wins. That's, and again, there were people attacking Rico left and right. I don't deserve credit. I was not married to Jalen Carter. I said, I don't really care. I would like a defensive player. So naturally, they took a running back.
Right.
But my point is, you were married to this particular player, and they passed on him. And he's not just good, he's great.
Yeah, I really wanted the Lions to improve that defensive line because I saw the makings of what could be a really good team in an NFC that could be had. But instead, you went for luxury toys.
Now, do you want to add your opinion, David, or do you want to duck the issue?
I just don't. You were right, Rico.
Play the music. You have to play the music.
You were absolutely right, Rico, on Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. It just amazes me, and I see it last night. Of course, I saw it before already this season.
Yeah, but it jumps off the screen.
What also jumped off the screen and what was in my head was you talking about the Lions calling themselves villains during this whole process. And if you are villains, then you say, you know what, ignore what the noise is and embrace it.
'Cause you know what?
And they did not.
David, you know what they're not talking about in Philly? What happened to him in Georgia? They're like, wow, we have something here. Where we were so myopic and, no, look at this, and he's going to come in here and he's going to destroy the locker room. No, he's going to destroy offensive lines. That's what he's going to do. I hate you.
248-539-9797. Let's get to the people.
All right.
People dialing in on Rico going Kelsey mode with MSU's football job. Or, guys, after 3 weeks, we may have screwed up at 12 overall. And let's go. Brian, 97.1. What's up, Brian?
I'm going to call you Sir Rico with that music, but you're absolutely right, Rico.
Thank you, bro.
And I'm giving the Lions all the credit. I was impressed with that. I was impressed with that game, and I don't even like the Lions. I was very impressed with that win.
Yeah.
With the injuries they're going through and how they played, that was outstanding. Those are the results I'm talking about. For Rico, you are absolutely right about. It don't have to be the Notre Dame coach. It's getting a coach with the money plus the presentation you bring to them. Mm-hmm. Tell them your goals. Don't just have the AD and Tom Izzo go see them. Get somebody from the school who's actually in charge and tell them we are behind you 100%. These are our goals, 1, 2, 3, and we want you to lead them. Mm-hmm. And that's what it would do it. They got the facilities. They got the money. All they need is to come together as Michigan. I hear Mike say it. They're not together sometimes. Mm-hmm. But they all need to come together and go to someone and tell them, we want you we will make you the highest paid, and we want you to lead our program. These is our goals, and we want you to tell you your goals, and we go be behind you 100%.
And Brian, I would even say this:
hesitation.
don't let one mistake beat you twice. Just admit, okay, we made a mistake with Mel Tucker, but we're not going to sit here and go cheap because we made that mistake, because I don't think he's going to get the majority of that money. So it's still there on the table that you could go out there and get it. And yeah, you're going to have top boosters who will say, okay, you know what? I'll still buy into Michigan State.
Listen, with the Mel Tucker thing, fellas, Michigan State, don't try to come out totally clean. Go to him and say, brother, we not hiring you back. Would you accept this number? And put it behind you, so when you go to a new coach, all that's behind us now, we moving forward. We going to be one of the best teams in the Big Ten, and we want you to lead us.
Brian,
this is where we at.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
And really, no.
Oh, I thought you were about to play the music.
No. It's just when people recognize your greatness on the matter. I'm not saying you have a great idea here. I'm saying on a principle level, it's great.
Right.
The Freeman thing, I can't find my way to on September 26th. However, the Jalen Carter thing is where you get the trumpets.
Right. But I mean,
look, it's just obvious we may have screwed up at 12.
Right.
I mean, we'll rally around Gibbs. We want him to be good. Jalen Carter's already a game record.
But think about it. When I said the Jalen Carter thing,
I am thinking about
people thought I was an idiot. Because same thing could be held for Freeman. You never know.